panel. Give it up for Danielle Cormack and give it up for Miss Sarah Walker.
Hi, everyone. Hey, what's up, New Jersey? I'm Robbie Mangasiva in drag. Everyone, I know that there's been a big disappointment with Robbie not being able to be here. However, Kiana has hopefully replaced Robbie with, if not... yeah. No, actually, I think it's more exciting that today on stage with me, the delightful, awesome, highly talented, and naughty Sarah Walker, who is a formidable writer. So you have the opportunity to, mock her relentlessly for being so awesome. So I'm going to interview her today. For you. I just need to get my clothes back on. Oh, meow. So, Sarah.
Yes, Danielle.
How old aren't you?
Nearly 30.
Why did you kill my character off? I'm kidding.
No, I think you just demonstrated why, because you're an asshole.
Touche, pussycat. No, you can answer.
Does she want to hear the answer? No.
No, not yet. Firstly, for those of you who don't know, Sarah, can you please tell us a little bit more about your relationship to Wentworth?
Okay, and I really want to be clear here. The person sitting up on the stage should be Marcia Gardner, who was the script producer for many years. But I came on before Marcia, right at the beginning, as a script executive, which meant that Lara Radulovic and David Hannum, who created or developed the show up and wrote most of the episodes in that first season, I was the person reading them, going back over them, making suggestions, changing the storylines as a kind of executive position, and then flying down to Melbourne every week, and just working on the scripts with them. So I was there right at the beginning, and then about 3 years later, I came back in and plotted the 4th season.
Okay, so why did you kill my character?
She's trying to make me the villain.
But you are, really?
Yeah, I am.
You kind of are.
I am. I'm happy with the villain
Okay,
role.
I just want to put this into relief. So, Sarah is my very, very dear friend, and we're very close. And it was probably about 4 years into our friendship that she was like, oh, no, I worked on the 4th season of Wentworth. And I was like, did you? Because I was having a little bit of a meltdown. I was like, oh, career's not going that great. Got my period. Dog died. Son's misbehaving. Got parking fines and stuff like that. And I said to Sarah, yeah, feeling a bit low, God. Ever since I got killed off Wentworth, she went, oh, yeah. I wrote that storyline. I was like,
All I can say is don't mess with me. Writers have the power. No, I'll tell you why. It's because B had gone through many things in those 4 seasons, as you'll all be aware, and the storyline was over and over staying top dog or becoming top dog, staying top dog, and there was a sense that there's only so much time you can sustain that in for the same character, and that the character had to, I guess, come to some kind of pinnacle within that world, and then new storylines come in, new characters come in. I don't think anyone, in fact I know for a fact, none of the producers and the network wanted to actually get rid of Danielle. If anyone's thinking that, that was never the case. She's a strong, I mean, you all know, she's incredible. She made that show what it was. So,
I just paid her a shitload of money before we came on stage to say that stuff.
she actually didn't pay me enough. I'm going to get more later. Yeah, there was no reason on a personal or professional level. It was all about storylines, and it was a very hard decision. I want you all to know that decision wasn't taken lightly. It was discussed for the entire season, and much misgivings from the producers and the network, and then eventually that's how it rolled. However, while she's getting stuck into me for killing her, what else did I do that season, guys? She got to, have a love story with someone inside. That's right. You're welcome.
It was me going into the storeroom, looking through the curtains. It was nothing else. Storeroom action. I'm writing the Wentworth musical. Storeroom action. For you, watching that season and knowing that, I was and am your good friend, how did that make you feel all these years later?
There's a theme developing here. Has anyone noticed? Do you know what? I guess I don't regret it because I have had to... No, this is why. Because I don't know how many of you know this, but Danielle and I have been working together very closely over the last 4 years. She's been an amazing and inspirational part of my own work that I'm doing overseas, and I'm doing it for America and all sorts of places. She's an incredible brain in the room, another string to her many, many bows. And so on a very selfish personal basis, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry, babe.
Can you talk to everyone here tonight about today, about what you have been doing? Sarah is so famous now. She's really famous.
That's why you've never heard of me. That's how it works. No, I'm not famous.
Are you at liberty to tell us a little bit more about what you've been doing? So when you see her name on the screen, you can be like, I touched that woman. Because I'm charging her out later on.
Yeah. Are you charging for people to touch me? Is that what you're saying?
See. Girl needs to make a living, got killed off.
Well, it works.
I'll give you
for me.
10%.
It totally works for me.
I'd love you to share with everyone, if you can, what you've been doing.
Yeah, I can to a degree. So just to briefly fill you in, so Danny, I've written a play that was co-created with Dan, and it's a four-hander that Nicole De Silva and Dan are starring in.
And I get to do this with Nicole De Silva.
It's a queer play, everybody. And they play a couple. So, I get to have lots of fun at my work. I don't know about you.
Tough day at the office, Sarah?
Yeah. So tough. So we were working on that, and we went to Cannes recently, or Cannes. Dan, did you say
Cannes.
I love that. Okay, so we went there in France to the film festival, and we were thinking about making this play into a film. And then I got called to Rome to work with Charlize Theron and Uma Thurman on another film. So I've been in Rome for the last...
Told you, see, yeah, real famous people. Sorry, bub, sorry.
So I did
Not
that...
2-bit little whores that are on a TV prison show who get killed off. No.
But may I
Did you kill off Uma Thurman and Charlize Theron on their show?
Absolutely.
Yes. I'm a good company.
Yeah, no, You know what? I'm going to say this honestly, though. Neither any better than the woman sitting on the stage with me. So. People come from different places and have different opportunities. Yeah, it depends on the opportunities you get. If you live in a different country, sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. So I wouldn't swap working with Dan for any of those people, to be honest. And so, yeah, that's true. And she's great in the room. And then I what else have I doing? I'm writing a HBO pilot. So I came to New York to and it's about it's another gay themed thing. They seem to employ me for these things. Go figure. But it is a true crime story that affected gay men in the 1990s in New York, and I came to interview the writer of the book. And I just happened to be here while my best mate was here, and now I'm here. So thank you for having me. I know I'm not Robbie. I'm so sorry. But, maybe you can ask some questions or get something else out of it.
I just want to add to that. The nature of the story is it's incredibly sad and tragic. However, Sarah was like, that there were a lot of bars that feature in this TV show, so should we go and I went, yep. Before she even said, should we go and visit the bars?
Research.
Research. So I had a bloody good time in New York the other night.
Yes.
Lots of gay bars. Went to the gay bars. Hung out in the gay bars. Had a boogie. Had a pash. Great.
Real quick, if we do have people who have questions for either of them, if you guys want to line up on either side, we got so excited we forgot to line you guys up. So make a mad dash. And Danielle, obviously, feel free to continue your conversation or go to questions whenever you want.
She just got to the juicy
I was like,
bit,
oh my God, Bernie's the most amazing ventriloquist. I thought it was
So Danielle, how did you feel about the writers on this show? Did you love them?
You know what? In all honesty, like my first day on the set of Wentworth was actually sitting around a big table and doing a big table read of the script. And I looked over the room and I was like, oh yeah, who's that blondini over there? And it was Sarah. I was like, she looks pretty hip. Quite like the look of her. And then I don't think I really kind of met you until, 4 or 5 years later?
4 years. Once I killed you.
Yeah. So...
Hey,
what do I feel about the
hey
writers?
Dan,
Yeah.
I would still like to have WentworthCon stands, so please answer appropriately. Thank you.
For me, any show that gets up and that can create an incredible arc for most of the characters is like, it was a great writer's room, and the writers on the show, for them to take an idea that had already existed and put these new spins on it, as they did. I don't know, who's watched Prisoner? Shaky walls and all, but yeah, I mean it was an iconic show in Australia, and I loved the minute that I heard it was going to be remade. I was very adamant that I wanted to be on the show. And how did I feel at the end? I was confused. I was very reactionary, I think. I was like, why, what, why? But I was also incredibly pragmatic about it as well. I got it, and once it was explained to me, I was like, okay, I get that. But then I sent everyone hate mail and, like shit in a shoebox and stuff like that. So I don't know why I haven't got another job, but,
That was you? It is awful for actors to, have a character that they've poured all their heart and soul into, killed on a show or taken off the show. And as I said before, it wasn't personal. But also, credit to Dan when she knew that was happening, gave it her 100 million% to send that character out with absolute authenticity and incredible emotion. She didn't drop the bundle.
Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
my name's Lucy.
Hi, Lucy.
And before I get to my question, Danielle, I just want to tell you that you're an amazing actress, and the way that you played a role as B really, really changed my life when I was going through it. So I just want to let you know that you really changed my life totally. And so my question is, how was it working with Ferguson? Like, was it, like, was it scary? Was it hard? Was it, you know, how was it?
Difference between working with Ferguson and Pamela.
Well, yeah.
Like being in a scene with Ferguson was terrifying.
Yeah.
Working with Pamela was amazing. She's incredibly generous. She's a bona fide actor and incredibly funny. And she brought so much levity to the set. She's a royal joker.
Yeah, she really made WENTWORTHCON. I mean, Wentworth.
Oh, I see. What about me? I see where you're coming.
You made the show too.
What about
but
Sarah?
I'm saying, like, the way she acted, she really bought.
Was Pamela supposed to be here today as well?
I thought she meant Sarah
Lucy.
Ferguson. I thought she'd mistaken me for Sarah Ferguson, if any of you know who that is. Sorry, I didn't mean that. I'm
Oh,
teasing.
no. I knew who you were. I just was saying
I
Ferguson's
know.
a really good actress.
That's okay, Lucy. We know where you live, so that's totally fine.
That's fine. That's
Hope
fine.
you have a great weekend. Lovely, lovely. Have a great
Thank
day. Hi, sweetheart.
Is it me or you? Okay.
Oh, hi.
Hi, I'm TJ. My question's for Sarah. At the beginning of season 2, that's fine. We don't need her for this question.
Sorry, go ahead.
At the beginning of season 2, Lou Kelly is mentioned by the people in prison in passing, and I was curious, was there talk and like the writing of bringing her in at that point as a character in Wentworth?
I don't recall that being discussed in my time there, but I'm just wondering if they probably wouldn't have ADR'd something in later. That you do, I don't know if you know what ADR is, but they put in sound later. And maybe when they decided to include her, they might have gone back over that stuff and put her name in. But it's not impossible that her name was in there. There was definitely no intention to do that. But I think a lot of, when the show was being formed, there were prisoners that were talked about or people that were talked about that had been a top dog or this or that. And I think what is more likely is that when they decided to bring that character in, they went back through the scripts and found a reference to a name.
Interesting. Was Lou Kelly a character in Prisoner?
Yeah. I didn't watch every episode of Prisoner. I don't remember. Was she? Yeah. Well, there you go.
Okay, thank you.
So that's why they would have mentioned her in episode 2.
Right. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
That's okay. Thank you for your question.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Danielle. I have a question about actually Who's Afraid. So, first of all, Danielle, I think you're the greatest actress of all time. You're brilliant. You're just unbelievable. So seeing you live on stage would be the greatest experience. I'd literally drain my bank account for it. But for the people who can't go to Australia, is there, I don't know if you can answer this, but is there any chance that like a recording of the live performance might happen for people to purchase to see?
We've talked about doing a streaming, but I don't think that's going to happen. I'm sorry to say. You always live in great hope that a piece of work will travel beyond, especially with theatre. And I imagine for Sarah too, it might not be performed by us, but it might be performed by other people. To film theatre is the most difficult, weirdest thing ever.
Yeah.
Unless it's done professionally like they do the National Theatre, where they're actually staging it, so they've got multicams, they know exactly where they're... It's shot almost like cinematically, but this is a small co-op play. So I don't think that's what's going to happen.
Gotcha.
But we're making a film.
But we're making it into a film.
Can Danielle and Nicole be in that film?
They are in that film. And they'll be doing the business in the film.
Thank you for that.
Something to look forward to. But we might be asking you to help fund it. So, empty your pockets. Help empty your pockets.
I look at Nicole across the room in rehearsal. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get a piece of that. Hashtag me too. Hashtag me thrive times over. Hi, how you doing?
Hi, Marlene.
Hi, Marlene.
Okay, so Danielle, we all love you, okay? But I don't want you to feel slated here, but this is for Sarah, okay? Now, all right, now Sarah, now, you brought back Ferguson towards the end there. Why didn't you bring back B? Put her, after she was supposedly killed, she could have went into witness protection. And when Rita was in protection, they could have ran into one another. Why, you brought the cockroach back and you couldn't bring B back?
Danielle has something to say about this, but I'm terrified what it might be. So I'm just going to say, okay, I did, in fact, pitch to the producers at all stages from when I was still working at Fremantle, which is the following 3 seasons. At every point I pitched that Danielle should come back being in witness protection.
Okay.
So I had the woman's back. There were no particular reasons why. They just felt, I think, that the story had more legs with Ferguson. And that's a matter of the people who were in charge. I wasn't in charge of the scripts at that point, but I know what I would have been doing.
All right. Thank you.
It was really the whole witness protection thing to me. I was like, yeah, I like that. That's kind of cool. But I've been thinking a lot lately, because I get asked all the time, have I seen the last episode? What do I think? And I had this epiphany the other night. I was like, oh, dude, I would have ended it with the goldfish in an act of kind of Dr. Zeusism. Just like, you stop seeing it flapping around and it just gets up and just walks away.
You see what I mean about how fantastic she is in the writing room? Like, inspirational. This is what I pay her for.
B comes in, finds a goldfish, and because she's so kind, she starts giving it CPR like, come on, you can do this. No. I'm still getting over the fact that I found out after Sarah and I became friends that she actually had a massive part of writing me out of the show.
In case none of you have got that yet. No, I did. I can't take it back, babe.
It's hard for me to comment. Like, we get asked a lot about the writing. And what's so great today, and I am really sorry Robbie can't be here, but I love the opportunity for you all to get to hear firsthand from one of the writers. And because you guys ask all the questions. So...
Hi, Dan. I'm Beth from Alabama, and I'm in.
Yes, you are.
And I am covered entirely in Heart's-Feet attire.
Oh, lovely. Where's
Right
Amanda Betts?
Amanda?
Oh, hi, honey.
Hey, Amanda.
I'm sorry, Beth. Can everyone turn around and give one of my dearest friends from over here? Hi, Amanda. This woman is amazing. If you haven't already met her, you've got to track her down and tackle her and hug her and give her the most amazing amount of energy, and she will return it thricefold. She's an incredible human being. Yeah. And ask her about the work that she's doing, how you can join us and her. But yeah, track this woman down. She's incredible.
And the foundation y'all run is incredible. God, this is tall. But also, Sarah, I have been asking for these cons to bring the writers, and I know you will be the messenger back to all of them. But I'm a trauma therapist, and used to teach English in college, and went into social work. But what I needed to say was, your writing, all of your team, it was so realistic, and it helped a lot of my clients. I now have clients in Australia who, because of that show, and they were battered people, they came forward and got help. And so I have always said, and Libby has always said, man, y'all put the words in front of them, and look what happened.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. It's very generous. I'm going to say it has nothing to do with me. Yes, of course, I helped with the stories. I was helping make the stories. I will pass that on to the writers who actually wrote the things. I did a little bit of work on those scripts. I appreciate that, and writers do appreciate hearing that. It still is down to the performance. You can write whatever you want on a script, and it can be as great as anything. But the people that are performing it have to bring the truth of that character and the commitment to those moments, to that trauma that Bea went through. If you don't believe what you're seeing, it doesn't matter how good the words are. So it's a combination, but thank you for that. It's Danielle who moved those people.
The amount of feedback that we all get from around the world, how much the show has moved people or affected people's life choices or helped them transition through moments in their lives, or leave a situation that hasn't been very healthy for them, is just innumerable. I get so many letters, just text, what do you call them, like just on social media and everything, often. And it blows my mind, because that's never what you think. Well, for me, it's never what I think of. I don't go, right, I'm going out to do this TV show to save the world. And I don't, it's just, you go, how can I serve this character? How can I serve the story? So to be part of a show like this, where everyone's going, wow, this has been highly effective for me, is just awesome.
I'm going to add to that before we go to the next question. I'm going to say that, geez, diva.
What were you saying? She fucking hates me. She hates me now. I'm going to get beaten up out the back.
But she's going to enjoy it. So I would forget what I was going to say. Thank you for that. Seriously.
Where's your poster, babe? Oh. Kiana!
That's so mean.
Where's Sarah's poster?
I don't need a poster. I never need a poster.
Has anyone got a Sharpie?
Don't you dare.
Maybe another question then.
Hi, Danielle. Hi, Sarah. I'm Lizzie.
Hi, Lizzie.
Hi, Lizzie.
I'm very excited you're here, Sarah. I'm excited to ask you questions. So, for season 1, how many episodes of script did the actors get? Like, did they know who killed Meg, like, in the beginning when they were filming the first couple seasons?
Can I answer this? Yeah, go. Nicole motherfucking De Silva, the whole series did not tell anyone that she was the killer.
What?
No one knew. And she'd walk around, we'd all be like, who killed Meg? Who killed Meg? And we were like, dunno. Did you? No, did you? Did you? I don't know, get out of the way, it's lunchtime. Did you though? No, I've got to go home, I'm rapping, let go. Did you? No. Nicole fucking De Silva.
Well, there were scenes that I was wondering if she knew, because she would have these faces, and I was like, does she know? That's what I wanted to,
She knew, and she kept mums, the whole season.
Wow.
Couldn't trust her as far as I can throw her.
There's a combo question in there, though. It's sometimes there are reasons that happen so the cast don't preempt, right? In fact, often in television, the person who's done it does not know. They're not told. So they're not playing it. I think it's better if they are told and they're playing it, but it's to stop everyone preempting what the end is. There's another really much more basic reason, and that is because often you haven't decided who did it until the end.
All right, we have time for 2 more.
For example, who they were going to kill off at the end of the 4th season.
We got time for 2 more questions, so just one each on each side. So,
do you know that that's why I really wanted to be best friends with Nicole. Because I was like, that bitch can keep a secret. That motherfucker is mum's word for 12 episodes over 5 months. That bitch's gonna be my best friend. I'll tell her everything, she's not gonna say nothing.
Who's your best friend?
Hi, I'm Donna from Maine. We park our cars. But anyways, I just want to say...
your car?
We park the car in the garage. But I just wanted to tell you are my favorite actress. And I wanted to know how you prepared yourself for the most outstanding role when Debbie died.
You mean the whole storyline, the scene? Yeah. Well, I didn't prepare my kneecaps for that one. I hurt for a week after that. That was bloody hard. Frankly, I didn't. I didn't do anything. All I did was I just knew that in my heart and in my body, I was losing the most special thing in my life.
It was awesome.
And it was just, that's all I have to do. Once again, it's like serving the writers, serving the role. What have they written? And it's like, okay. And then how can I take that off the page and elevate it to the point? Because it's a provocation. That was the whole reason. Yes, it was a big loss, but then that propelled us into the second season. And it gave us this thrust of like, what's B going to do now? Yes, there were other storylines around that, but it was like she needed something that was going to elevate her out of just being a kind of victim.
It was fantastic.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I love... She's getting bolshy, isn't she? Only been up here for fucking half an hour.
There's someone winding us up back here.
Yeah, and? You see what I can do with a shiv?
You're
Oh, no, that's right. I got shivs. Oh.
I wrote what you did with a shiv. That's the same.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm very excited that one of the writers is here.
Thank you.
No disrespect to Robbie or anything, but when I heard you were the replacement, I was like, yes, a writer. So
Thank you.
I don't really have a question. I have more of a comment. As I was watching the show, the only thing I kept thinking was how tight the writing was.
I'm so glad you said writing. I thought you were going to say something else.
Well, I could.
That's where my mind goes. How tight the writing was. Oh, okay, we're all in church here.
I think we all know that there were several other tight things, but I just want to say to you that exactly. The writing was phenomenal, and I had moments where when relationships ended or whatever, that I felt personally affected and like depressed and cried. And so that it's great writing, it's great acting, most fabulous show, honestly, and I just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'm going to answer this as if it was a question and just say the scripts go through a long process. You know, they start at a plot, then they go to a scene breakdown, which is a kind of outline of it, and then they go through 3 drafts. Then they go to a director's draft and then a shooting script. And eventually they land on the desks, on the writers' tables. And through every part of that process, other people bring something to it. It's a long development thing. And at the end of the day, you know, some of that tightness was brought by the actors who say, I don't want to do that line. I don't need to do that line. I can act that without that line. And the stronger your cast is, and the more that they work well together, and the more that you trust them, and the more that you give them that stuff, but they can just do it without. So the tightness comes down to that quite often.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
All right, that's all we got time for today, guys. Please, please, please give a big round of applause for Danielle Cormack and Sarah Walker. We're stepping in last minute. Obviously, we couldn't have Robbie here, but I think these two put on a show. What do you think? We're going to get ready for photo ops, so head on over there. We're going to get them over there, and we'll see you guys soon.
I'm going to be naked, and Sarah's not probably going to be, but so, you know, if anyone wants to join in, yeah.